Good afternoon, folks. This is the first Chinese hypercar in this class. The second will be the Xiaomi SU Ultra, but it's simpler. Here is a luxury interior trim, and in general, they have done something here that I just can't wrap my head around. Now I will show and tell you in detail. Honestly, I'm unsure where to begin. Probably the key feature of this car is the suspension. Let's show the suspension first, then the rest. The suspension is highly complex. The vehicle has fully active body control. It can drive without one wheel at a low speed. For some reason, I was sure there would be air suspension here, but no, it's hydraulic. What do you think of this? We press this button. Let's turn around 180. It's basically like my Yangwang. We press here, set on drive. Let's go. This is not a very usable feature in terms of frequency of use, but in some dead ends in parking lots, it really works great. Turned around and that's it. The torsional rigidity of the body of this vehicle is 54,000 and a penny Newton meters per degree. That's impressive. This is even more than the Xiaomi SU Max, which recently showed 51,000. I'll demonstrate here now. Brief information for those who don't understand how important this is. For sports cars, torsional rigidity is the most important characteristic. I will try to briefly explain what it is. Rigidity is the ability of a structure to maintain its shape under load. The higher it is, the better the body withstands loads. This greatly affects the handling of the sports car. If the power frame is malleable, the suspension mounting points float. The wheel mounting angles drift out of the calculated corridors. The contact patch is disturbed. Here is a table of other well-known cars for comparison. Front tires are 275 by 35 R21. The brakes are carbon ceramic with perforated discs. The rear tires are wider, 325 by 30 R21. The discs are also perforated with carbon ceramic. Naturally, there's a built-in DVR, auto parking, autopilot. And they say the autopilot is very advanced third generation. As in all Yangwangs, there are 4 electric motors, one for each wheel. The total power of all the electric motors is 1,300 horsepower. The curb weight is 2,400 kilograms. Part of the body is constructed from carbon. In order to get inside, press the button either here or just knock on the door. Look how the light works. There are headlights here that just shine straight. Also, there is an additional lamp in both headlight here and there, which illuminates from this side to the left at such an angle. On the right side, it illuminates to the right at a similar angle. This lamp only activates when we turn the wheels left. That is, they didn't make it so that the headlights move, the bulbs move. They made just an extra lamps in the headlights that just lights up when you turn the steering wheel. How light it is. They showed us the symbol again. It's clear overall. This is the most charged version with such a large spoiler, which has a downforce of about 280 kilograms. This extra costs $15,000. In the base without it, there is an active spoiler. Its downforce is 230 kilograms. And here everything depends on you. Honestly, I don't find it very aesthetically pleasing. For a 50-kilogram difference, I'd prefer the active one. It looks more attractive, the ass looks neater. So here, everyone decides for themselves. Now I'll show you how it looks in the base. When we activate sport mode, the following occurs. Get ready. Honestly, I'm unsure what will fit here, but something will. A supermarket bag, yes, and probably even some things. So, well, the first impression is the trim is great. Materials is great. Everything you touch, everything everywhere is cool. There is no bare plastic. Even the thresholds are covered. The leather is genuine. Even the thresholds. Well, honestly, it's not the best solution. It will always be dirty. You'll have to step over. As is common in all hypercars of this particular class, there is always this kind of wide structure that you have to step over. Well, safety, yes, is more important in these cars. I see a lot of carbon. The seat length is slightly above average, slightly above average. I don't know. It feels fine to me. There are 3 ways to close the door. Either there's a button here, or a button on the ceiling, or I just press the brake pedal. Single pane of glass. Leather, Alcantara leather. Inside there's metal, which I assume is a large speaker. Evidence, 12 speakers. And a small piece of scales. The fighter jet cabin. I sat down at the bottom. I reached the steering wheel with 3 fingers in front of my knee. Yes, the steering wheel reach is normal here. Just what you need. Honestly speaking, I was quite worried that they would mess up at this particular point. But no, the steering wheel reach is quite adequate. So I sit here just as I should in a car of this class. The interior comes in 3 colors: purple, black with red stitching, and black with orange stitching. Let's check for creaks. Put the microphone down. Well, there's a slight something somewhere. Cement. Good. There was something. Well, let's say 4. This is a 2-seater car. There's a small space in the back, but no one will sit there. There's no seat. It's just a space for placing items. The seats are covered in Alcantara, massage, ventilation, and heating. Everything below is Alcantara. Big enough glove compartment. It's got fabric inside. It's password protected here. You can put a password on it. And then there's these scales right here. Regarding the scales, what I want to say is that it's a dragon. In their culture, the mythical king of beasts is the dragon. Therefore, they proudly display this. For example, in Yangwang cars, even in BYD Han, there are scales, and they are very proud of it. And they quite seriously want to explain that today the dragon on the planet is already making decisions, not someone somewhere else. So the dragon, I understand, will continue. 1 place for phone charging. 50 watts with cooling, and it will, I understand, go down. Yes, it slides down. So the phone doesn't fly out. There's a cup holder, a small armrest, no refrigerator inside, just covered with fabric, a small niche. Here's the emergency button, all the sensor. In the center is the drive mode puck. That's good. Lots of buttons on the steering wheel, nice steering wheel. Many, really many buttons here. They are all functional. There are paddles. There's dashboard screen. Picture quality is excellent. Everything is good here. The main screen is small. As you understood, this is a regular BYD Yangwang screen on which you can install any applications. The only thing is that it's just this small. Seats adjustments. Something happens from top to bottom? Yes, hot buttons. As you understood, everything works quickly. There's English language. There's a camera 1 here. There's a camera 2 here. It monitors fatigue. All this can be closed, as you saw. So no one spies on you. Listen, even here there's leather. There's little space. Basically, they didn't do anything special. But this small space is completely well covered with expensive materials everywhere. Behind the seats, there are niches for personal belongings. With a net. This is also covered with leather. There's a niche under the console. Here are charging ports, a lighter, and here too there's a small niche. With 3 fingers, we increase or decrease the airflow strength. From top to bottom, we change the temperature. There's Wi-Fi, hotspot, built-in weather forecast, and so on. Let's look at the map. Right here. Yes, everything works quickly. No questions. In order to exit the car, we just press this button twice. Charging ports are located on both the right and left side. This vehicle can be charged with 2 guns at the same time. On high-powered Chinese chargers, it charges from 20 to 100% with 2 guns in 10 minutes. Showing the charging port on the left side. The battery is actually 80 kilowatt hours, unfortunately. Waited until it got a little darker. This is what the ambient lighting looks like. Many different colors, as you see on the screen. Lighting on the steering wheel. In the evening, this lamp glows. The rear lights look like this. Many individuals ponder how BYD can offer such advanced technologies at these prices. I'm referring to BYD, Denza, Leopard, and Yangwang. Here's the secret. As they state, except for windows and tires, everything that's in here they make entirely on their own. Top speed is 308 kilometers per hour, by the way. So the price in yuan is 1,680,000, or 230,000 US dollars, depending on the exchange rate. That's how it is today. Now let's get right to the downside, right off the bat. Unfortunately, I didn't come to the shoot from home, no noise meter today. I've been driving a Yangwang U8 for quite some time, and it has excellent sound insulation. I understand that this is a completely different class of vehicle and a different tire profile. But I truly hoped for a miracle. I mean, I was hoping that Yangwang would outshine everyone in this aspect. And basically, that did not occur. It's absent here, sadly. But if you close your eyes to the sound insulation, for people like me, it's hard. Well, let's assume I did. It drives just fantastically. As you might guess, handling is the strongest side of this suspension. It handles more sharply than the Taycan and Xiaomi SU7. The brakes are too responsive. They don't even feel familiar. When I sat down to test without the camera at first, I kept over-braking. These are the most responsive brakes I've seen in the last 10 years. 1,300 horses, 1,600 torque. Acceleration from 0 to 100 in 2.3 seconds. Maximum speed is 308 kilometers per hour. You know, I'm probably obsessed with cars with such sharp handling. But agree, it's not normal that I sit behind the wheel and within 2 minutes I have a smile like a child's that won't leave my face. Yes, I just love such cars. When you're sitting at the bottom, like a plate on the floor. Yes, you need good roads. Yes, it's inconvenient to get in and out. It's noisy, unfortunately. It's very unfortunate, I emphasize again. But in terms of driving sensations, you experience what is called the pinnacle of emotions in the automotive world. Yes, unfortunately, such cars are expensive. But everyone should know, if there's a real thrill in the car world, it's in a car like this. And it's in a car that's not an internal combustion engine. Not one where you push on and don't know when you're going to get that shot. This is the sort of car with electric acceleration. Next, what surprised me. If in Lambos and Ferraris I remembered the suspensions as stiff, then here, unlike the soundproofing, the suspension stiffness surprised me. I was sure it was going to be a stool. And it ain't stiff. It's dense. Maybe, literally just a little denser than with Xiaomi and Taycan. After all, those cars are densely comfortable. And definitely suitable for every day. This car, surprisingly to me, is not stiff. And it's good for every day if you have a place to charge. And you don't need more than 2 seats. The suspension is softer here than in my U8. That's it. Battery, sad. 80 kilowatt hours is not enough. They promise 450 kilometers according to CLTC. In reality, as you understand, it will be less even in summer and less in winter. How much less depends on the gas pedal and, as I said, on the air temperature. The electric system is 800 volts. Yes, cool. You can charge with 2 guns. This is twice as fast charging. But the battery is small. The car is for those who have a place to charge. In general, to sum up, soundproofing and battery are a minus. Everything else is not just a plus. A huge plus. Just a huge plus. Okay, friends. Thanks to everyone who watched until the end. If you liked it, give a bold like, subscribe to the channel, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Goodbye, until we meet again.